Hey there, storytellers! Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as you can tell from the title down below, is going to be an Owlcrate unboxing. Now, I know the witch hat seems a little weird because we're rounding the corner to spring and not autumn, but I'm on brand because the theme for today's box is witches and wonders. So without any further ado, let's get right on into it. So there's your little sneak peek of what's on top. I see a little box in there. And set that aside. We've got our spoiler card. It has this adorable little witch on it. It's in these pink and purple tones, and she's looking at a spell book while her cauldron's bubbling, and she's got tea and cookies and a bookshelf behind her. It's very like witchy cottage aesthetic, and it's so cute. So I set the spoiler card aside, and there's a better sneak peek of what's in the box. Tons of tiny little boxes full of surprises, but I think I'm going to start with the enamel pin. Owlcrate does these in every box, and this one is by Icy Designs. Oh, it's pretty. It's a purple, like a royal purple cauldron with like light purple and white bubbles and blue magic squiggles coming out of it, and it says magic has consequences, which clearly these are themed along with the monthly book, so this has something to do with our story this month. Moving on to the next item, we have this fabric item. What does it say? It is a bookmark holder. That's so cool. I've never seen a bookmark holder before. And mine are just sort of in this random pouch that I have. And now I have a formal bookmark holder. It's blue on the bottom with this illustration of mushrooms and leaves and flowers and a white ladybug. And then towards the top, it has a lighter pink with this darker pink moth sort of stamped out on top of everything, so it stands out, if that makes sense. And then it says magic is desire made real in white print. It works for spring or autumn, honestly. The colors are kind of neutral enough that it works for both, and it's that same padded cloth material that a lot of the book sleeves are made out of, which is really cool because I know it's sturdy. This is designed by, I can't read it. Let me check the spoiler card. Let's see, our bookmark holder, designed by Amy Mack Illustration, inspired by A Discovery of Witches, which I have read, and I do recognize that quote, which is super cool. Next, we have this small-sized brown box, nothing on the outside. Clearly whatever's inside is breakable. We have it wrapped in tissue paper, so hopefully mine survived. And let's gently unravel, see what it is. I think it feels like it might be some kind of vial. Ooh, yeah, I think we have some kind of essential oil or something in there because, ooh, I can smell it. And I can see the oil sort of seeping through onto the paper. It is a perfume oil. It's called Emmanuel, and it's scented as blackberry, sage, and cypress. It's an Owlcrate exclusive. Was inspired by the Year of Witching, the Year of the Witching. And I have heard of that book before. It was something I did look at a little bit, but I don't know the reference at all to Emmanuel. But, oh, made by Fiction Bath Co. So this is really cool, a little bit risky in a subscription box, but they did wrap it really well. It was not broken. Essential oils just have a tendency to leak out, especially this rollerball style, but it's wrapped and sealed still, so nothing broke, nothing leaked anywhere. I think it was smart that they really wrapped it well in its own box because that could be messy, but it does smell really good. Moving right along to another box. This one has moths and teacups all over it, so maybe we have, it is a star-shaped ceramic dish, basically. It's small, and it says there's a little witch in all of us, and it's got a moth illustration and like little stars and moons, or not stars, little kind of like eye illustrations and moons all over it in the background. It's very simple, very cute. It's sort of detailed in gold edge around the star shape, and it says add a bit of magic to your morning brew with this tea bag rest. It keeps your tea bag or tea ball or spoon tidy while you've got your nose stuck in a book. Hand wash only, do not microwave, do not freeze. And it says, again, there's a little witch in all of us. This is a really cool item. I love that they've started embracing the sort of cozy tea aspect of reading, or cozy warm anything aspect of reading. They gave a bowl holder a while ago, which I have used. Surprisingly, I didn't think I would, but it was perfect for a bowl of soup that I had that was too hot to hold while I was trying to do other things. And I love that they have a tea bag rest, because sometimes you do steep your tea bag and you walk off with your cup and you don't think about where you're going to put it down. So you either leave it in there and kind of let your tea get bitter, or you take it out and make a mess somewhere. But now I have somewhere to put it. I'm gonna have to clean up my desk and like reorganize it and just create this cozy little spot for all my reading things. Also, totally unrelated, I really want to get a couch for in here so that I can have a really full reading nook. This chair is cute and it is nice, but it's not the coziest long term because of the wooden arms. So I do want a cozier reading nook, and I would love to be able to have a little side table and put all my tea accessories on there. Oh, and just a little side note, this tea bag rest was inspired by Practical Magic. I thought I recognized the quote, "There's a little witch in all of us." That is so cool. I cannot wait till fall when I watch Practical Magic again and I get to use this. It's gonna be amazing. And it was designed by Team Owlcrate, so no particular artist, but definitely the people at Owlcrate did a good job. So the next item I pulled out is this little like bookmark. I don't think it's an official like item for the box. I think it's just a new thing Owlcrate is doing. But it says it is an Owlcrate reading challenge bookmark, and it's black and white. It spells out Owlcrate in different like black and white bars, and in each one it says challenge. So there's an own voices book, winner of a literary award, last book in a series, comic or graphic novel, reread a favorite, audiobook, a tome, which is something over 500 pages, or an epistolary novel. And for those of you who don't know, that is a book written in letters. So those are interesting. And then on the back, it just gives you a chance to write down in each letter section what book you used to fill that prompt. So this is a fun little challenge to myself. Maybe I will do a reading vlog based around this Owlcrate reading challenge sometime. That could be fun. So let me know down in the comments what you think. If you'd love to see this Owlcrate bookmark based reading challenge, let me know. Moving on, we are nearing the end of the box and everything in there looks so good, so I don't think I can go wrong. I have another box and it has cauldrons and mushrooms and like a porter and a messel and porter. I don't know what it's called, but it has that and some bees and jars of honey. Very cute. And it says reading through the seasons. You know what? I'll look at who it's designed by in a minute. Let's see what it is. It is a mug. Oh yes. It is a small little tumbler, which is cool. I personally do like a big cup of coffee, but maybe you want a smaller one or a small cup of tea to take with you. It is a beautiful forest green color. It appears to be aluminum, and it has this beautiful quote written in white, like cursive script that says, "Cheers for spring, for life, for a growing soul." And then it's just surrounded by little wildflower illustrations in yellow and pink and greens. It's got a nice little suction tumbler lid. It doesn't have the option to close it, which is a little bit annoying, but it would be great if you're just wanting to drink a hot beverage like on your porch and you're not really going somewhere with it. But like I said, it said reading through the seasons on the back of the box. To celebrate the unique beauty found in each of the 4 seasons, we've created a special limited collection of drinkware designed by artist Macarena Chomic. Our tribute to springtime and its lovely blooms is this stunning tumbler featuring a quote from Sylvia Plath, which is very cool. Fun fact, Sylvia Plath and I share a birthday, so a fellow Scorpio quote is awesome. And I love that this is going to be a series. That is going to be so cool, because then you can just have a cup that fits the aesthetic of each season. And if you're someone who likes to sort of vibe with the seasons and nature like I do, that will be a fun touch. So I can't wait to get these. I don't know if the next one is going to be in the next box, but because they're season based and they're starting with spring, I'm going to say that we probably won't get the next one until closer to summer. Next we have a notebook, and it's got a witch sitting on a windowsill. It's a big, beautiful, round window, and you can see the moon and clouds out it. She's got floating books and a floating teacup. She's sitting against a stack of books with a candle. She's reading. She's got her witch's hat on. There's fairy lights draped around her. It's so cozy. And at the bottom it says The Magician. It's very purple toned, so it's a variety of purple and pink hues, sort of like the artwork on the spoiler card. Who is this designed by? Oh, it says Talia Skiles on the back, and it is inspired by... Okay, it's not really inspired by a particular literary reference, but it is a sort of reimagining take on the Major Arcana tarot card, The Magician, hence why it says that on the bottom. It's super cute. It's just blank pages. It's that thick sketchbook material, so that's cute. It's a fun, easy travel size kind of sketchbook. Great for if you just like to wander in nature and draw and record little notes like it's a grimoire or something. I don't know. Whatever you want to do with it, I think it would be perfect. Oh, it's so witchy and fun. And before we get to the book, of course, we have our little pamphlet. It's got that same illustration as the spoiler card, as well as an interview with the book's author, which I won't reveal just yet. They have a cool inside pamphlet for DIY divination. That's awesome. We have an interview with Macarena Shomek, who designed the tumbler, this one. So that's cool if you're interested in the artist process. And we have the Marksbox photo challenge, more recommendations for if you like the story of this month's box or releases that they're also excited about, along with the Entering the Witchwood playlist, Owlcrate exclusive on Spotify. I just found the Dark Heart of Mirkwood playlist because I forgot to do it a few months ago when we got that box, and it's a bomb playlist. So witchy, so fun. So I hope that this one is similar. And we also have the reveal for the theme of next month's box, which is Ruthless Rivals for April. This is a cool illustration. It's gold and green and white. It's got like a dagger and florals on it. I am almost 100% positive, based on the color theming and the sort of hints that Owlcrate has given, that I know exactly what the book is. And I'm debating whether or not I want to get the box, because while the contents might be cool, I maybe already have the book. So, I don't know. We'll see. And for April box, every box will include an exclusive bag of coffee from Fable Grounds Coffee, which... again, considering I do love me some coffee. But all right, enough delaying. Let's get to this month's book, and it is Sweet and Bitter Magic by Adrienne Tooley. So this book follows our two protagonists, Tasmin, who is the most gifted witch of her generation, and Ren, who is a source. Tasmin commits a huge magical sin and is kicked out by the ruling coven, and Ren is supposed to be training with the coven because sources are made of magic even though they are unable to wield it themselves. So they're meant to be training with the coven, but Ren has kept that part of her life a secret to care for her ailing father. In addition to being kicked out of her coven, Tasmin is also cursed with the inability to love, and the only way she can experience love again, even for a short while, is to steal it from others. Ren finds out that a magical plague created by a sorceress is part of what is causing her father's ailing issues, so she teams up with Tasmin to take down that evil sorceress, and they strike up a bargain. If Tasmin helps Ren take the sorceress down, Ren will give Tasmin her love for her father. Naturally, love bargains are a tricky thing, and they have a long and perilous journey ahead of them. That is, if they manage not to kill each other first. This sounds so good. So good. I love the idea of somebody who's made of magic but can't wield it, and somebody who has the ability to wield magic but because of a poor choice they've made can no longer feel the basic human emotion of love, and is on a quest to be able to feel that again, because that's part of what makes life worth living. So I think the dynamic is going to be really interesting between these two characters, especially if they're sort of at each other's throats while they're supposed to be fighting against this great sorceress. Also, like, the whole enemies to friends or enemies to lovers, you never know, kind of vibe is going to be something super fun to read. I always enjoy it. So I'm very excited for this novel, and this is an Owlcrate exclusive cover, of course. I believe the original cover is more blue than purple, but this one has our two main characters back to back. I'm not sure which one is Ren and which one is Tasman, but one has red hair and like green eyes, and the other one has brown hair and blue eyes, or black hair and blue eyes. And they're standing back to back, and I can see like a lake or the sea behind them, and some mountains and the moon and the sky. It's all very witchy, and the title is picked out in sort of gold, or not gold, silver foiling. And we have some beautiful sprayed edges. They are a beautiful lavender, and of course it is signed by our author Adrienne Tooley. And of course, along with our exclusive book, we have a letter from the author herself. It says, "Dear Owlcrate reader, I always wanted to be a writer, but for so long I was afraid to dig deep enough to give my stories what they needed, my unfiltered, honest heart. In Sweet and Bitter Magic, both Tasman and Ren grapple with their hearts and how they work. Throughout the book, they both come face to face with their grief and their ghosts, but also with their love and their hope. I hope you find something in the heart of this book that speaks to you. I hope you learn how to trust your own heart, even when you might be afraid or unsure. Who knows what you might find there. Adrienne." I gotta say, this was a really strong box, and I love that it had a witchy spring vibe to it instead of a witchy autumn vibe. It's so easy to go witchy autumn, but witchy spring is where it's at, my friends. I love it. It's so hard. I don't know what my favorite item is. I mean, the tumbler is adorable. It's so perfect because I often take drinks with me to the library when I go to work. So having something that I can take with me that's not too big, can fit in a bag that I can fill with water or something when I'm there is so helpful. And I think, I gotta be honest, I love this bookmark holder. It's such a random item, but it's so good, especially if you're someone like me who has a lot of special bookmarks. Oh my god, this hat is getting so itchy. How do the witches do it? I have a ton of bookmarks that I like to try to keep safe because they're either really cute, or if you're like me and you get Owlcrate boxes, you have probably at least a few wood marks and you're probably worried about them breaking, just like I am. So having a spot to store them when they're not in use, A+. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by leaving a like down below. And if you want to keep up with me and all of my bookish adventures, you should go ahead and click the subscribe button. And I highly recommend that you ring the little bell. Next week's video, for sure, is going to be my Tolkien-inspired bullet journaling spread. I cannot wait to share that with you guys. But I might also... you might get a bonus video out of me, is what I'm saying, because I might post my March wrap-up as well. I haven't decided. So definitely ring the little bell and subscribe so that you don't miss it if I give you a bonus video. For now, I'm going to go. I will see you guys in the next one. I absolutely post videos every Friday. Bye!